Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome you back to another episode of our Planet Zoo franchise mode Let's Play. We're going to dive right back into Elite Zoo South with a lot to get done as always. Today we are finally going to tackle something that I've been holding off on for a very ridiculously long time. And apart from that, we're going to be doing a fair bit of management stuff all around and adding some VFX pieces as well. So folks, with all that said, chances are we're not going to have a time lapse in today's session, but fear not, we are still going to be accomplishing a ton. I'm actually really excited for today's session. Seeing your reactions to the new enclosure has been fantastic. I've done my first read-through of the comments. Now, just for those of you who are new to the series and that I've not explained this to before, just to kind of explain my process a little bit, what I typically do with comments is as they come through, I read through them to just get a quick feel for how people are feeling about, what's happened in the previous session. And then shortly before recording the next session, I sit down and I go through all the comments and I take notes and make sure that I'm able to tackle everything that's been brought up, or at least address everything that's been brought up. So just as a heads up, simply because of how today's been, it's been a bit of a wild day, if I'm completely honest with you. But simply because of that, I have unfortunately not been able to do that second round of going through the comments, but I will be doing that after this recording. So don't feel as though your comment will be missed or anything like that. I will still catch it, but if I don't address it today, you'll know why. I did also see some excellent name suggestions for the new enclosure. I'm going to hold off on picking one today because what I'm probably going to do, like I said today, is a lot of the VFX stuff in the area for which we won't be time-lapsing. Again, we can't be paused for all the waterfall effects and rushing water effects and things like that. And there's some other stuff I want to do as well, but what I'll probably want to do is get some of that work done today, and then next session what we'll probably do is have a time lapse that encompasses this entire area, so not just this one enclosure but this other mystery enclosure as well potentially, and during that time lapse we'll get the name in as well. But I've seen some great suggestions already, many things touching on the isolation of the Seychelles, many things touching on the tongue twister and whatnot. It's always good fun to get name suggestions. So again, thank you all very much for that. And I do want to thank you all very much for the, all the other feedback that I've got as well. It is greatly appreciated. Oh, actually, that reminds me, I want to touch on something specifically with regards to these names being put down and them feeling a little maybe thrown on, I guess, or slapped down, however you want to put it. I don't entirely disagree here. And I realized after the fact that I completely forgot to explain something that I wanted to explain, but these are actually a little bit on the temporary side. They're taking up the space where I intend to put them, but I have a lot of really exciting plans for this entire area, for Darwin's Den as a whole, based on some other feedback I've gotten as well. But that'll be something for a beauty pass, I think. I wish a day had 48 hours so I could get it all done, just sit down today and just get it all done. But I've got so many plans for this space, and a part of that will include dolling up, if you will, these signs as well. But for now I wanted to put them down just so we have the names for these regions, because there was some, it's exciting to get a name suggestion in and then seeing it put up, I find. So I just thought it'd be fun to get these up at the very least, and then when we come in to spruce them up, we'll take a look at their actual styling and things like that afterwards. Sorry, I feel like I've spoken for all of 4 minutes, but I've said absolutely nothing. So let me reiterate. I've read all your comments. If you're enjoying this series and you would like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep leaving comments and likes down below. It does make a very big difference in how I approach content on the channel, what I do more or less of, and how I go about doing it. With that said, I wasn't able to do my second reading of the comments today before I started recording, so my notes are a little sparse. If I miss anything, I do apologize, but I will be doing that second reading after the recording just because of how the days worked out. Cool, that's done. Can set that conversation aside. Today's plan is, again, we're going to be doing something that I've held off for far too long, and I'm sure some of you can already guess what it is. And after we're done that, or after we're done setting all that up, we're going to come in over here and we're going to put down education boards and all that jazz, and we're going to work on the visual effects in this area, waterfalls and stuff like that. Set it up so that when we do our next time lapse, which will be next session most likely, we'll be able to complete not just this area's kind of reworking, but also the work up over here potentially, or maybe I focus a bit on Darwin's Den. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be... there's a lot of stuff here I'm excited for. So I don't know where my head will be at when the time comes. But for now, let's go ahead and get started because there's a lot to do and not a lot of time. So first order of business. Actually, you know what? The firstest order of business before I get into anything else. It's been pointed out to me. Goddamn. Oh, come on. Party, come on, man. Come on, you've been doing this for how many episodes? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's because we adopted them separately that it didn't even, like, because of the filter and stuff, it was like a reset on my mind, and I didn't check which zoos they were from. They were both from the same zoo. That is really, really unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. They both have great genetics. Okay, so here's the first order of business then. Well, actually, we're still doing the firstest order of business. If I check Zoopedia over here, it is 1 male, 3 females. Okay. 1 male, 3 females. So let's go ahead and I don't want to... It feels so bad getting an animal and then immediately trading them out. We had to do it once with Elite Zoo South already, and I didn't like it. I don't know, deep inside, it just makes me go, man, it feels like a, you know, like, you hear stories about people who adopt a pet and then immediately they, like, want to return it or whatever. Happens to rabbits all the time, like Easter and stuff. You get a rabbit as a gift, and then, you know, a couple weeks later, the novelty's worn off and people want to... They're done. It makes me think of that, and it really bothers me a lot. So we're very fortunate here that we can keep 3 females. So Afia over here is going to be put on contraceptives, and that way we don't have to worry about this potential for inbreeding. And Jamoke will be the 1 male in here, and we will get ourselves another female Aldabra giant tortoise. Let's flip on over to female and fix that error. Still want the greatest genes we can get. Some of these are pretty pricey, but we're going to sort that out today. Adanya is pretty good. 3,600 versus 3,700. The size gene versus the longevity. That's the play here. Let's see. Let's compare mates. Watch, they'll both be gone by the time I get there. This is all pretty high. Trying to remember this visually. Trying to build an imprint in my head. Okay. They look very similar. They look very similar. So let's go ahead and pick up the cheaper one. Because I think she also has better stats. Yeah, well, she has that 100. So sure. Adanya. It does not give me the red flag for inbreeding. It's not somehow magically from the same zoo and me making a silly mistake. Yeah, let's go with Adanya over here. 1,000 conservation credits. Man, this is getting expensive. It's getting expensive. We had a lot of conservation credits at the start of this season. Weren't we at like 20 or 30k or something? Jeez. This zoo is huge also. All right. Go ahead and make sure we don't drop a tortoise off in a lion's den over to quarantine. Yes, please. All right, cool. So that's got to happen. I still can't believe it. What a waste of conservation credits getting the getting a potential for inbreeding pair. Okay, so that's that taken care of. While the quarantine is happening, I do want to go ahead and sort this out right now. It has been suggested by many of you, and I do not disagree, that I should probably reduce the size of this a little bit. Because what'll happen right now is it's a long way for the tortoises to go and come back from. So they'll probably be super thirsty. They'll probably be hidden for the most part. Like there's so many issues that can come up. So let's go ahead and shrink the size of this beach over here. And make the animal spend more time closer to the actual guests and whatnot, closer to where they get food. And I might actually also put down a drinking station up over there as well, just so that they don't have to travel all the way down for water. They can choose to, but they don't have to. And that way, you know, if they're on either end of the enclosure, they have access to the necessities, to the bare necessities, right? I think that's the way to do it. And we'll do the pipe that doesn't need refilling, because I don't trust the keepers will get it all right. You will hopefully be moved automatically. I think that's a fair sight better. We could make it look a little bit nicer. Just a little bit that's sticking out I don't quite like. Again, I don't want to like rush it just because it's a fix going on. I don't want to rush it or anything like that. And why are we obstructed? Oh, there we go. I think that works. Still a bit of a beach, still has that same feel. We need to adjust these trees. Right? Move these over. Also, I was very pleased to see many of y'all pointed out that the tree line horizon thing worked for you. Very happy to hear that, because that was one of my big, I think I mentioned this during the time-lapse last session. That was one of my big kind of struggles, I guess. There we go. That looks nice and fun, I think. Believable. I buy this. We got the little waterfall there, little waterfall here. Sure, and we'll see what that does to the animals, like happiness and stuff in terms of the space they have and whatnot. So let's go ahead and unpause just momentarily over here. And hopefully you'll get, yeah, boxed up and moved. All right, go ahead and check out the habitat. We are paused again, indeed we are. More than enough space, yeah, way more than enough space, that's good. You're happy with the area, you are happy with your hard shelter and everything. I might add some more. You're happy with your terrain coverage types and everything. All right, cool. Cool, that's good. And it should be much better for people coming to check them out as well. While still paused, I will do that. We'll do the water pipe as well before I forget. I'm on that kind of train of thought right now, so let's go ahead and get the water pipe. I think up over here. No, we got the little scent thing over there. So let's go ahead and put you down over here, maybe. Put you down over here. Bring them close to these like little trees over here. Yeah. So you can see them eating, you can see them drinking, you can see them sniffing on the little enrichment item over there, and you can even see them playing with the ball or the block of ice. And off in the distance, you've got a pretty nice, gorgeous view. Good stuff. All right, cool. That I'm happy with that reduced size. I wonder if I should reduce it even further, because they still have way more space than they need. You know what? Maybe. Sorry. What we can do is we can actually go all the way back to here. I think that'll do the trick. And we'll have to change some of the grass to sand, and I think that'll be okay. We do that, maybe even higher. This kind of a thing. You know, the trees in the water actually don't look too bad. They look pretty interesting. I don't know if that's a thing that happens to these trees though. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. The reflection and stuff. I like that. Okay. All these rocks will need a little bit of lifting. And shifting. Go. Move you back out, buddy. There we go. Just a little bit of nuancing. I think the space is actually feeling a fair bit better. I like these out over here a little bit. I might want to nudge them a touch though. Something like that. I think that's feeling a lot better. And if we just paint the terrain a touch and add a bit of fine sand over here. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, this feels so much better small. I much prefer it. Go ahead and unpause here. Let the stuff recalculate. Calculating and done. Yeah, well, still plenty of space. Even when they have their babies, it's plenty of space. We'll find out if it's still too big soon enough. But I like this. The waterfall over here will be nice. It'll be a shorter waterfall. A shorter waterfall over here as well. But still, I think it'll have the it'll have a good feel to it. I hope so. Or we can obviously always raise this up a little bit as well. We'll see. All right, folks. Enough about that though. I think that's okay. Worst case scenario, if we feel like the effect is kind of lost with the waterfalls and whatnot, we can always still adjust this so that the height stays what it was before, but the breadth or the length of it is shortened. There's ways to solve this. All right, that's that done. Oh man. All right, moving on. The big thing that I've been putting off forever and ever and ever is more and more necessary now than ever before, and that is a trading session. Our animal animal storage is at 50. we're not even going to be trading everybody out. I forget, Jabulani, are you to be traded? Are you to be traded? Recent births. I think so, right? I wish it would tell me inbreeding. It does. With Jumoke, so we could keep you. I think we should trade Jabulani out. Because we've got, wait, we have 2 Jabulanis? We do. And then Salehe, who's still having kids, right? Still in charge of the pack. Higher appeal, too. Oh, well, I think we should maybe trade the 2 Jabulanis out. At least one of them. But yeah, sorry, distracting myself over here from the same conversation that I need to be having anyway. We've got quite a few animals who are of really good stock. K means keep. I should probably, well, I don't want to change 5's name. We'll always remember that. Gurumara, Emma, we got a lot of Pronghorn Antelopes, a lot of Komodo Dragons. We got some Jaguars we'll want to trade as well. Guatemala we want to keep because of the great stats. Itzli is not bad either, but we want to trade because of the not as great stats. Yeah, we got options to trade. We got options to trade. And a variety of animals to trade as well. Need to make sure I don't trade Adanya by mistake. Okay, let's go ahead and play for a second. Because I want to make sure that you get moved to the trade center before I trade you out. By mistake. That would be very much like me to make a silly mistake like that. Wouldn't put it past me. And just gonna double check to make sure this is happening. Come on now. Move. Move. The clicks aren't going through, which is always fun. Dangerous fighting, overcrowding. The Jaguars over here. That just means I'll have more Jaguars to trade out. Ooh, are you an adult? You are an adult. With some fantastic genetics. Over to the trade center with you. Emergency trade center use is still allowed. Good. And then we have another adult as well in Akalan, who is about to take a nap. Fortunately not over here, buddy. Oh, really good stats as well. But we will trade both of them to the trade center with you. Alright, cool. And that fighting, how is my animal trading looking right now? I just want to, if it's not done yet, then I will move forward. Looks like we're good. Yeah, looks like we're good. Okay. Go ahead and pause. We are paused. I want to make sure no one's moving. No one is moving. We are paused. Okay, great. Better safe than sorry. And with a rather beautiful background that we've set up for ourselves, why not set that as our background as we go on into trading. There are a lot of animals, like I said. We've been holding off on this for so very long. We're going to do what we usually do, which is I'm going to put out a tweet. I mentioned this last session because I wanted people to know that it was coming. So hopefully y'all have... again, if you're interested in picking up, an animal from our stock, then now is the opportunity. What if we put ourselves on the hammock for this? Yeah, how about that? Or how about on this side? Yeah, this side. No, you know what? Out over here. Background doesn't matter. Come on, let's get to it. So, I'm going to go ahead and send out that tweet. It has been a long time since we've done this, and it's going to be a massive trade session. It is going to be an absolutely massive trade session. And it might take up a big chunk of today's episode. That's why I wanted to do the habitat stuff first, because I thought it was really important and it might slip my mind. All right, let's get this party started. So, first things first. We got to compare prices. And I'm trying to figure out which... You know what? Let's go ahead and take a look at Gurumara and Monaro first. Let's look at the red kangaroo options first because I feel like they're the most popular right now. So if we take a look at the animal market, also our number right now is at 781. Let's use that as a marker as well so we remember like where we were and where we end up. But first things first, it's actually been so long since I've last done this that I feel very uncomfortable with like, where am I supposed to go again? Right, click over here, go to the filter, check the prices, like so thrown off. Turn off the filter. Come on now. Come on now. If these clicks would just start working, it would make me very happy. 495, 800. Decent stats. We have a what do we have here? What do we have here? We have a gold rank male and a regular male. Okay. So maybe 800 or so. 2800. Not going to compete with the leucistic options, obviously. 10,000. I mean, that's just that's not worth 10,000. I'll say it right now. Okay, these are all cash money. Don't want any of that. So sure, let's aim for 800. I think that's a fair number to go for. 800 and maybe 500. So that's a fair start. 800 for our gold ranked red kangaroo over here. Go ahead and trade. I'll click on the wrong button here. Trade, trade, trade. Come on, game. Trade. 800. Okay, there we go. And Monaro. I really have to do a better job of labeling these guys as well, because I'm so nervous now that I'm trading someone that I meant to not trade. And even with labels, I would feel that way, but yeah, makes me nervous. All right, we've got a lot of pronghorn antelopes. Let's go ahead and take a look at them next. Animal market, pronghorn antelope, because then we can, you know, do a bunch of them, check once and then do a bunch. So pronghorn antelope. Let's see. Give me that filter. Probably really low prices. Oh, actually. All right, the albino is going for 300-ish. That's good. I could go 300. Even the regulars with the gold rank 300. Not a lot of females, it seems, for conservation credits. So 300 across the board seems fair. Yule over here for 2,500. That seems a little much. I could try one at 500. Maybe we try 500 and see if we have to draw the price or drive the price down at all. Maybe. So the pronghorn antelopes. It's what I'm worried about is that we're not going to make a lot of conservation credits because these aren't necessarily the animals everybody is looking for right now. There's such a variable factor there, you know. We can always release to the wild. That's always an option as well, of course. Let's go ahead and get Emma for 500. William over here. Like, these are good stats. These are not bad stats. Not bad stats. Let's try for 500. I think that's a fair price. And let's try a couple or the rest of them for 300. We'll see what moves. Or 300. Oh. Again, I try to keep my pricing as fair as possible, but feel free to call me out if you feel like I'm overdoing it or murdering the market by underdoing it as well, right? It can definitely go both ways. It can definitely go both ways. There you go. It's almost all of you. We have so many pronghorn antelopes. Come on now. Oh my. Oh, no. Great. Sometimes it surprises me the things that have been left the way they are. Now, Benjamin was an albino. I could have probably gone a fair bit higher than that, but it's okay. Not too fussed about that. No. Oh. Backspace doesn't work. Ooh. Made a sale of a pronghorn antelope. Based on the jump there. That's what I think, at least. Go ahead and trade you. James, let's go ahead and trade you for 300. It'll never end. 300. Yes. Okay, cool. Next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the Komodo Dragons. These guys, these ladies are all very good stats. CT has a slight a slight drop is the word I was looking for, in fertility. But apart from that, these are pretty good. So Komodo Dragons, let's go ahead and see what we can get over here. Come on. There we go. Komodo Dragon, where are you at? There we are. What are we looking at here? 3,800, 500. Oh, these are some good numbers. Lowest prices are 500, okay. Highest price is close to 4K. I don't think I'll be charging 4K. I think 2,500 is a reasonable number to look at, or even 2K. I'm better than some, like, mine are better than these guys. So let's say 2,500 or Okay, let's say 2K and then 1500 for the one that has the yellow stat. I think that's fair. I mean, again, the point isn't if we don't make any quote unquote sales, then we're losing out, right? So trade for. Let's go 2K, 1.5. Even though the size gene is all the way up. Right. Let's try it. 2,000. That click worked that time. No opportunity for regrets. Trade you as well. 2,000. And then over here, it's not that bad is the thing. The appeal is also quite high still. You know, let's go 1,750. Wow, actually, her trade number, her like default trade number, is higher than the other two was. Other two were. Interesting. You know what? Same price. Because she's worth it. I get so nervous when conservation credits doesn't like skyrocket up. It's just like, come on, pick them up, pick them up. All right, Jaguars. We have 3 that we want to trade. Melanistic ones will almost certainly fetch a higher price if they fetch anything at all. Over to our Jaguars. Let's go. Any species. And Jaguars. And there are so many. I almost wonder if I shouldn't have included which animals I'll be trading out in the tweet because there's so much variety. Tempting. Maybe not a bad idea. Maybe not a bad idea. What else do we have? We've got the lions. We got tigers of 2 types. I believe we have some. Oh my god, Bengal tigers as well. Yeah, tapirs. We're shipping a lot of animals today. We got bears. We got Galapagos tortoises, gharial. We got lots of animals, folks. That is a lot of animals. Okay, let's get back to work here. So yeah, Jaguars. What are we looking at, Jaguars? 125, really? That's it? Guess they don't go for that much. Okay, I was expecting them to be a bit more high value, but then again, these aren't gold ranked. I've got some really high quality ones. Let's flip the pricing. Let's flip the pricing. There we go. Okay, I'm never gonna charge 10K for 7K for this. Really? Closer to 8K, really. This is far more reasonable, I would say. I say we stick to 6K across the board. Then you got these that are like, yeah, this makes a lot more sense to me. I'm not gonna lie. 6, 7, 8K doesn't add up to me. 1K, that's more in the world that I was imagining, and so I'm a lot more comfortable sticking to that world. Yeah. All right. These animal storage and our Jaguars. Yeah, I think 1K is reasonable. Yeah, let's do it. Sorry for the back and forth thing over here. I just want to make sure that it's like, I want to make sure I'm not overpricing them because we want to make the trades, obviously, but I also want to make sure I'm not underpricing them. I can just release you to the wild for 613. All supply and demand, right? I mean, geez, the game is suggesting 817, so fine, maybe 1500. 1500 and 2K. And if they don't go, then I can always release them to the wild for a decent sum. Okay, let's stick to 1500 for all of them. Using the game to guide me a little bit. 1500 and you as well, 1500. And if we don't get it, release them to the wild. We got rhinos, we got grizzly bears, oh lord. What else do we have that is in high quantity? Saltwater crocodiles, a Deej we could send off. Not a high quantity though. Gharial I suppose we could look at next. Quite a few of them need to go. Ananya and Pihu we were holding on to. I certainly don't need to hold on to both of them. Maybe we hold on to the Pihu over here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the market. I want to make sure I don't have you selected. And Gareo. Alright, here we go. 10th. The Jaguars are still selected, obviously. There we go. 6,800. That's a lot more reasonable. Thinking like 1,800, 500, that kind of world. This is, I think, too low. Maybe not. Maybe, okay, fine. Maybe let's go 500 more or less across the board. Let's see what the game suggests. The thing about the game is whatever it might suggest, the reality is what are people willing to pay for it, right? I think 500 across the board is okay. Except for some of the weaker specimen. Trade you for 250. Viraj over here, the father to many. Keep you for now. Sneha over here. Trade you for 500. Anyone who's not got a rank or whatever, 250 I think is fair. These are some pretty like low tier genetics actually. Not that great. So I'm dropping the price even more. There we go. And then we're gonna keep Pihu over here, and Ananya can go. Ananya, let's go ahead and trade you out for. You know, let's try 750 here. These are really good genes. These are really good stats. Go for it. Okay. Galapagos giant tortoise is next. That might be, like, the Galapagos giant tortoise might be the last animal I try to trade today or something. Again, there's plenty of time for them to get picked up. There's plenty of time for them to get picked up. I'm like getting nervous at my pricing and stuff, but I'm paying too much attention to the to our turnaround over here. I had to realize that this stuff takes time, and hopefully we'll recover some of our. There we go. Look at that. Just popped up. Beautiful. Wow, these are some good numbers. These are some good numbers. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna have a hard time competing with 100 across the board, but we might be able to come in at 500. I remember they net us a fair bit of money, fair bit of conservation credits, sorry, at Elitsu North. But I mean, that was, you know, so long ago now. So I feel like 500 is fair, and if anybody is really fantastic, we can look up at, you know, the 2Ks or something. Maybe something like that. Maybe something like that. I really like the economy of something like this, where it really does depend on what people are looking for, rather than just the game determining the price. What was I? Right, these guys. Oof. You're not any good. How much do you go for? I might as well just release those to the wild, honestly. Might as well just release those to the wild. Carlos. That's really good. So, sure, let's try 750 with you. I know I say one thing and then do another, but it's within reason. Everybody else, at least 200, right? I gotta try for something here. Otherwise, what's the point? 250 for you. Mercedes and Rosa Maria. Oof. 150 for you, I think. And Mercedes. You are a Mercedes. Let's go with 250 here. Trying to make a couple more turnarounds over here. That's good. I believe that is all of you. Yep. Set out to trade. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. I think we should probably take a look at the tapir next. We got a lot of tapirs. So not two. We want to keep, but everybody else can go. Alright. Baird's tapirs. Take a look over here. Any species? It's tapir. What kind of numbers are we looking at here? Not a lot of options for conservation credits. 3,000, 2,500. I feel like some of mine are up there. I think some of mine are very much worth 2,500 or so. All right, if that's the pricing, then we could undercut a little bit. Let's go ahead and trade you for overall decent stats. 1 yellow, so let's trade you for 2,000. GPO, same thing, I suppose. That yellow has such a big difference. So it's such a mental block. I do it all the time as well, right? It's like I'm looking at an animal, I look at its price, I look at there's something yellow, and I don't consider, oh, is it still good? Is it bad? I see the yellow and I go, well, let's look for something that's all green. It's such a mental like block that happens. Completely reasonable too. It's just how we're wired. It's a immediate. Can't call it a red flag. I guess it's a yellow flag. Let's trade you out for 1,000. And Xianya over here as well. I'll trade you out for 1,000 as well. Trying to make those make those big moves and hope that something sticks. Let's see, we got Angwo over here. Oh, those are really good stats. It's fun also. I mean, again, y'all let me know if I've got this wrong, so to speak. But I find it's fun to go back through the trade center together rather than just cut it all out. Just to look at the animals that we've grown attached to and which ones we can trade out for what value and to see the trades actually go down. For me, there's a certain element of fun to that. Hopefully y'all agree. Ooh, look at these numbers. Maybe 2K? All right, well, what are we looking at? Compare our progress to others and whatnot. Well, not compare our progress to others, but compare our animals to other animals is what I mean. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good genes on ours. We could probably go 1,500. Probably go 1,500 there. Go for it. Come on. Come on. Worth a lot. But what will people pay? That's like I was saying earlier, that's what I like about this kind of economy is like, it doesn't matter what the game says for any given animal. What matters is what the demand is, what people are willing to pay, etc., etc. And you guys are all being traded out. Good. We'll look at Grizzly Bears next, I suppose. Saban over here. I suppose we could get you and then Grizzly Bears as well. Alright. Grizzly Bear first. Sorry, looking for the letter G over here. There we go, boom. Grizzly Bears. What do you got for me? Oh, this market's looking pretty grizzly up top over here. 210Ks, but again, they are specifically albino. That does make a difference. Really good genes over here for 3,900. 2,600 is a drop in genes. 2,400. Oh yeah, okay. So we're looking at maybe 2,500. A nice round number. Cheaper than Benjamin over here. Maybe we go for 3K. Yeah, let's go for 3K. I think that's fair. Good genes on both of them, I think. Sure, let's do 3K on you. And let's go ahead with 2,500 on you. Actually, let's go with 3K. The game says they're worth about the same, so let's see if it flies. Come on, come on. There we go. What do we say we want to do next? Perhaps the Siberian Tiger, the Snow Leopard. Wow, I forgot about the stats over here. Yikes. Okay, so Snow Leopard. Let's check Snow Leopards out first. Down over here. Come on now. Cool. Come on. There we go. 10K, 4K. What are some of the worst ones? Let's see. 885 for 2 yellow, bronze ranked. So can we go to 1K? Or are we even... Yeah, I think we can. Oh, we can go well above 1K. These are really good stats. We could probably go 3K again, I think, over here. I don't think that's unreasonable. I don't think that's unreasonable. Trade you out. And again, if they don't sell at their initial prices, I can try again at the initial price, but I can always also just release them to the wild. There is some decent wealth to be made releasing some of these animals to the wild. Siberian Tiger. Let's take a look at you. Siberian Tiger. There we are. And 10Ks. We're going to ignore those. 8Ks. Oh. What about this guy over here? Those are really good stats across the board for 8,600. I wonder if ours can go for 8K. Because I'm pretty sure the stats were good. Yeah. Go for 8K. That's so expensive. You know what? It makes me uncomfortable. 7,500. That's a bit more reasonable. Okay. Peter over here we're keeping. Piotr, however that's said. Not very good at that language group, so I apologize. A Deej we can send off as well. Sure. Saltwater Crocodile. Saltwater Crocodile. There we go. 10Ks we can ignore. 75. Wow. Are you serious? This much? These guys are albino, though. These guys are all albino. The market is just dominated by albino saltwater crocodiles. Let's go with something more like this. This is a bit more reasonable. 520. I say 500 is fair. 500 to 450, maybe. What kind of stats are we looking at? These are pretty good. Let's go 500. Let's go 500. I think that's fair. Cool. Okay. You're staying. Jabulani is staying for now. Yes. You're staying as well. You're staying. These guys are being traded out. Danu or Rhino probably should go. You know what? I'm actually tempted to release you to the wild. We are, after all, chasing conservation efforts, right? It's a two-way conversation. Because on the one hand, by releasing an animal to the wild, you are putting a good animal with good genes and stuff out there. But also by letting another zoo get a good animal with good genes, you are helping the conservation effort by allowing another zoo to breed more rhinos when you can't, so that they are able to help conserve as well. Right, like it goes both ways. Either of these options is good for conservation. Let's see what the rhinos go for. Because those weren't bad genes at all. I would say they were decent. They weren't fantastic, but they were decent. I try to stay reasonable. I try to stay humble, as it were, about my animals here. 500. Oh wow, better than all of these. 1,000? Is 1,000 fair? I think 1,000 might be fair. It's possible that no one's picking any rhinos up, though. We'll find out. Indian rhino. I definitely won't go 500. I might even go 1,500, actually. Because if I don't make a significant profit, then what's the point of trading? I might as well just do a quick trade. Or release to the wild. Is that all we're going to do right now? Viraj is staying for now. Just to clean up the list a little bit. Give me less anxiety as I'm looking at our storage here. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Some have been traded out. Made some big sales. Santi, our Pronghorn Antelope, Ajij, our Saltwater Crocodile, Carlos, the giant tortoise, Mercedes, the other giant tortoise, probably could have got a better price there actually. Angwo, the Formosan black bear. Yeah, that's a good profit there. Gurumara, our red kangaroo, 800. Zianya here, 1,000. Sitlalik, 2,000. Ava, 300. Monaro, 500. James, Embry, 300. Both of them. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hopefully some more will be traded out. We're at 8,400 right now. Hopefully some more will be traded out and we can feel a bit better about that session. And then if not, again, like I said, we can always... Oh, look at that. Another trade just happened. Beautiful. Just the one or more? Trade history hasn't even updated yet. Keep up. Keep up. Either way, so that's good. That's good. That's making me feel a lot better. We might end up at 10K again, and we need the conservation credits for some of those, you know, like the big five and some of the other big new animals, especially even the ones from the Australia DLC, they will be probably quite pricey right now because of the novelty of it, right? Anyway, down over here, let's go ahead and get to work with the education boards and things like that. We want to make sure that if guests are coming through over here, they are getting their information. They're not leaving upset. I would like to put it down like over here. Like part of the intent for me. Have these down over here. Rotate you so you line up a bit more nicely. There we go. Yep. And do you have power? No power. So water, for those of you asking, water is being purified back over here, and this river is flowing through, and this water will stay clean. Power ends over there. All right. I could bring a generator over closer to here, or I could instead put down a wind turbine or something along those lines. If I do that, where would I put it? Where would I put it? I mean, I could put it down over here. Again, they do have a negative impact space. I have to be wary of that. Wind turbine. I'm trying to figure out if this makes sense. Or a solar panel. I prefer the solar panels because they don't have a negative impact. They tell a nice conservation story as well, you know, in and of themselves. I don't know if I want to block the view. Because this would block the view, right? Come through over here and you see this giant solar panel. Let's do that. Oh, I guess there's a nice reveal. Plus the idea of a solar panel being up over here implies there's a lot of sun. It's certainly functional. You know, it certainly helps with getting power, not just up there, but also down here, where there will be more education boards and things like that. And then up over here, we'll have to get something else, either a wind turbine or a generator or something. Does it work? Let's see. You come around the bend, you see a solar panel. Maybe we have some education boards over here talking about solar energy and all that jazz. And then over here you have the beach view. Yeah, I think that works actually. I think that works better than I initially felt it did. But let's go ahead and make sure we put it in our work zone as well. If I could remember. There we go. Always slips my mind. South America for now. Again, just because it's all close. Done and done. And why are you... Right, I got actually a sign. There we go. Boom. That's that. Go ahead and get the education speaker as well. How is this? Don't remember clicking that button ever, but it happened. Go ahead and move you through. There we go. What kind of volume we're looking at? Sure, we can do... this kind of a thing. I want to be conscious of the fact that I intend to put another animal over here, right? Or do I? Do I intend to do something else entirely over there? Who knows? Maybe you will someday. Move you up over here. There really is only one viewing spot, it feels like. It's been suggested, I've seen your suggestions. It's been suggested that we add a little, like, viewing point like we did with Pachamama's Garden. Which, by the way, yes, does not yet have a sign, doesn't it? Does it? I forget now, actually. It's been so long. It's so far away. Pachamama's Garden. Yeah, I believe we still have to title it. Yeah. Like with the signage. We'll get on that. But yeah, the idea was to like maybe put out a little like path, maybe not in the center because then the or if we do it down the middle, then allow the tortoise to go underneath and pass over, or maybe on either side, just so people can get inside, so to speak, and get a better view of the animals from more angles. My hope right now is that people will come up over here, crowd around, and move on. It's not going to be a very busy space, at least not for a little while. So I just want to see how this works or doesn't, and then we might want to, maybe expand from over here and have a little like central spot, or make a little like loop kind of a thing, so people can venture in, so to speak, and get a little bit more intimate with the animal. Maybe they'd prefer that. It is very. It's a good suggestion. It's very likely that we will end up doing that. But I want to first see if, what the crowd is like, how people enjoy the space, etc., etc., and how it works also with a reduced beach area up there as well. I don't know if guests will stop over here. I'm not 100% sure. But in case they do, let's make sure they're getting their speaker education as well. Go ahead and duplicate you over as well, buddy. There we go. In case someone stops over here or comes from the other direction, they might want to stop here. And is the speaker reaching over here? It is indeed. Okay, good. That will hopefully do the trick. And then let's go ahead and get our donation bin. Don't know what colors to do them. The animal seems to just kind of be like a dark, like brownish, greenish kind of a thing. Try something like that. Like in this world. Two-tone it, so it looks a bit more interesting. That is barely two-tone. Like the bareliest bit of two-tone. There we go. There we go. Sure. I think that works. You over there, and let's put one over here. And we also want to make sure we get bins and benches and all that jazz, right? Gotta make sure people aren't just throwing things on the ground because there's not a trash can 1 minute, less than 1 minute walk away. 1, 2, 3, sure. And again, when we add our new enclosure down over here, I'll have to adjust this a little bit, but it's a start for sure. And down over here, you know what? I feel like I want to do a different kind of bench. I feel like that South American preset one doesn't quite work as well as... Well, especially because South America versus, literally not South America. But these are nice. These are nice, but these have the right tone, I guess. They have the cute little giraffe legs, but... I really like the Africa ones, actually. For all I talk about the gaudiness of the India and the South America ones, the Australia and the Africa ones and the Norse ones as well, though the bench is a little much. They're quite nice. We could also do the European Classic, but that just feels right because it's what I'm so used to seeing, I guess. Let's try the African bench too. I feel like that's a pretty option. Go ahead and here's what we're gonna do. Put you down over here. You down over here. And then we could put you down over here. Put you down over here. Apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently if you have a large enough group that won't sit on a single bench, if there aren't enough benches to accommodate the whole group next to each other, people will not use it, or one person will be left standing, and as a result of that, the energy, the group won't increase its energy level, which I thought was pretty interesting. Now, actually, let me just do a quick read over here. What is the issue? Overexploitation, hunting for food. Trying to figure out what would be the best conservation board to put down over here, or maybe over here. I do like this little spot. Let's see. Conservation board. We tuck it in here basically. Go ahead and stop aligning to surface, please. I kind of tuck you in here. Guests do stop to read these, so we'll be able to tell if they are able to get their education from this distance. They should be able to. I'm pretty sure they are, but better safe than sorry, as they say. So let's go ahead and check. And again, we will put it into a frame and stuff when we do our next beauty pass. Ecotourism. Sure, that's very on point. It's a beach and all that. Actually, I like that quite a bit. let's get another one down over here about climate change. I mean, what happens with the ice caps melting? What happens to the Seychelles, actually? I'm quite curious. Because archipelagos and island nations and stuff like that, we would expect them to be in a fair bit of trouble. So climate change, let's do that. A bit of stuff over there. Let's actually get climate change down over here. I feel like it's a relevant conversation to have next to a solar panel. I mean, it's a relevant conversation for literally always, if you ask me, but... Like, hey, how was your day? Oh, you know, pretty good. A little hot today. You know, how's the weather? Hotter than it should be. or colder than it should be. Again, it's climate change, right? Go ahead and swap you out. Poaching and the exotic pet trade. Sorry, I laugh because the story of the Galapagos giant tortoise being eaten on the ship ride over. Let's go with the poaching conversation. Again, we'll do this up a little bit. Come through education, learning, fun, beach, animals. Yeah, that seems pretty good to me. We can unpause finally. Yes, let's unpause. And would you look at that? A good bit of trading seems to have gone through, actually. What else have we traded out? A Jaguars, 1,500. Sheephill over here for 2,000 as well. Our Baird's Tapir. Rosa Maria for 150. JNU went for 1,500. Lots of history behind our Indian rhinos. Akalan, our Jaguar for 1,500. Our Jaguar Itzli for 1,500 as well. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I don't know why I was letting myself get too nervous too early. Alright, hopefully there are some good views over here. Quarantine pass, ready to leave. Go ahead and pull you over here. Done. And done. Okay, beautiful. Oh, right. Did I can't remember now if I remembered to do this or not, but I do believe, yes, we are researching the Aldabra giant tortoise. Good stuff. What else? Right. I wanted to work on some of our fancy little elements over here. Our waterfall in particular. Got the 5 meters, I imagine, will work over here. Yeah, probably. There's a lot of work I want to do for the waterfalls. I've got some interesting ideas that I'd like to execute. But the first step is to put these down so that in the next episode, I'll be able to pause and see, like, play and then pause to see where the water is flowing, and then I should be able to build around it. I'm like, I don't know why, but I've got this, like, I was mentioning it last session as well, just like some new vibes or something. I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, I'm really excited. And I'll be honest, I'll tell you why. It's because of some of the feedback that I received a couple of sessions ago that made me kind of pause and go, yeah, I should invest more energy in that thing that I haven't spent too much time working on. And then I don't know, I guess that's got me excited to try a couple things. I don't know, I'm pumped. I'm super pumped, and I can't wait to get to it all. I do wish I could just sit down and you know, record for 24 hours straight or 48 hours a day, as I was saying earlier. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get all this stuff done, and I'm super excited to share it all with you, with all of you. It's just exciting times. Exciting times. All right, let's go ahead and add the tops over here, or let's get the bottoms first, since order doesn't really matter. There we go. Got a saltwater croc about to mature. I want to pay attention to that before we have issues. Where's our waterfall top? Not murky. There we go. 10 meters. You're the top, really? Weird, doesn't feel like a top, but I guess it is. I guess because of the direction it's facing. Okay. Drop you down over here. Let's get you down over here. And yes, I know I'm using the 10 meter one, but it's because I want the top to be a little bit more noisy. Something like that. We got to make sure that the rapids feeling is here as well, right? And all this water splashing around over here. It's going to be, the challenge is going to be making it look like it's coming up over here all right. Because the train does go up a fair bit. Train does go up a fair bit. Watch out, lights coming on. Okay. I'm going to do it. Look away. You wonder. Can't. Make this feel a bit more natural. See, because that doesn't really work for me. That doesn't really work for me. We could raise the water a bit higher. I wonder if... Right, so let me try this. Let me try this. In theory, this should work. Guests are unhappy. I assume there's some litter somewhere. I should look into that soon as well. Okay, in theory, this should work. Go ahead and pop you down over here. Here. The rest of it can be a null, I think. Got the land here. Doesn't even have to be a full circle, honestly, but all good. The rest in glass as well? Maybe. Right? Okay, and then the water could be... Yeah, we can fill it right up to here. Why can I not go higher? Can't go higher because of this, I assume. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. Now what we do is we go in, edit the barrier. Click the whole thing. Where's my little circle button? There it is. Select the whole thing. And drop you as low as you'll go. Great. Excellent. Now, raise this up. Go to that much, but there we go. Do this kind of a thing. And hide the glass that way. Actually, if we are doing that, then why not? The water should be able to actually move you all the way up over here. Move you all the way up over. Oh, come on. Add a piece over here. It was reaching its maximum length, I think, up over there. And we have this, we have this. We can move you up a little bit as well. Oh, not the button I wanted. I don't think I'll ever stop being bothered by the fact that the add button is... Sorry, the move button is the most hidden. There we go. So if we do that, should be able to raise the water. Nope, gotta edit you. Everything. Raise you up. Get the water in here. There we go. And now we can edit you. Select everything. Push this down. Oh, push it down as much as it'll go. There we go. Right, and now we can go ahead and cover this area up with rocks and stuff. Raise these guys up a little bit. Yep. All of you up a little bit. Go. No major emergencies for animals or anything yet. Promising. Promising. I will probably do the same thing with the area, like the entrance area where the waterfalls and stuff are. Just to get the water a little bit higher and feeling more like it's actually flowing through. And what we'll need to do is, of course, we'll need to cover this barrier up completely. But at least it feels a fair bit more natural now, right? Like it feels like actual Beak of the Devil. Who else would it be but the Titan Beetles? Keep, oops, come on, keep you two. Else in the Trade Center. Who else would it be? And I imagine their thing needs cleaning or something, but a keeper will come through for that. The keeper will come through for that. Let's go ahead and get the, what I'm looking for. Construction. Rapids still, yep. Rapids. Not foam, but the splashing. Here. Here we can work on this. This feels, I think, a fair bit better. We got the foam. Bottom over here. Face the right way. Don't know if I buy that. Maybe a little bit further back, though. Yeah, that's a bit better. Another one down over here. Alright, we're getting there, got some more waterfall tops. Okay, it's a little bit busier. So, there we go. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. How do I feel about that? Pretty good. We have to add some more stuff to it, obviously, but feel pretty good about that. I guess part of me wishes that this was even more narrow, I guess. Could do that. I feel like the water here does push up pretty far. Could do this kind of a thing. That exactly, but I'll find like perfect rotation and stuff for this. Like this kind of a thing. Where it's a little bit narrower, I guess. That kind of works for me. Do it across the board and it'll make everything look a lot better. Guests are a lot happier now as well, by the way. Just noticed. This. So, gonna have to nudge some of these in a little bit. You two as well. Win. I feel like that looks better over there, doesn't it? Go ahead and add some more of these. Go. Add another one as well. Go. Needs work still. Definitely still needs work. Take through a bit. Nah, I think we gotta go pull in that direction. Pull you down this way. That looks a lot better, I think, already. Just like it should be narrow, I guess, you know? Yeah. That I think works a lot better. Pull you both back a little bit. And once all this is like all, you know, rocky and stuff, it'll feel a lot better too, I think. Yeah. That feels a lot better, I think. Oh man, from this angle, that feels really good. Okay, good stuff. And then we'll probably want to do a similar thing over here then, which is the little barrier trick that we just did. Actually, the problem here though is that the water goes all the way back to here, all the way back to our enclosure here. So the water can't go too much higher, then it'll flood this enclosure. Something to be wary of. Guests seem to be coming through over here. Oh, making a little bit of money. Considering this is at present the complete edge of the zoo and no one is likely to come around these parts, I would say that's not too bad. I would say that's not too bad. One thing I want to try out as well, though, is I really wonder how the foam looks. Well, for one, does it look right coming up this way? Or does it look horribly wrong? Not 100% sure. Check on these animals over here. Ooh, way too many snakes in here. I know that Batara gets to stay. Was it Batara and Batama? Everybody else at the trade center. Good bit of money to be made over there as well. Good bit of money to be made in that trade center. Alright, yeah, over here, I mean, well, we can see what it looks like with just the waterfall first. Waterfall, midsection, 10 meters. Might do the trick just fine. Might do the trick just fine. Especially when we add stuff to like get in the way, because we're going to be adding a lot more than just a couple of rocks. I've got, like I said, I've got some plans for this space. That might just do the trick. Nope, that's not the direction I wanted. More like that. There we go. Stuff, and then the waterfall bottom, please. I do like that murky bottom, and bottom can be found by just typing in, like, waterfall. It's always waterfall, and then murky or not murky, and then section, like top, bottom, middle, whatever. I like that they did it that way because it makes it easier to find what you're looking for. Much easier. Alright, pop you up over here. Go. Fill in these blanks a little bit. Good stuff, good stuff. Ooh, oh, that floating waterfall piece over here. Not ideal. There we go. Over a little bit, perhaps? Yeah. Whoa. I feel pretty good about that. And I think I want to get the foam pieces as well. Oh, need to press M. I mean, I did, but not with you selected. Construction, get that foam in. Facing the right direction. There we go. Man, that's, you know what? I'm liking this space better already. I mean, I already liked it, but I'm liking it even better now. Everything seems to be, yeah. Here we go. There we go. Everything's, falling into place. I mean, I kind of feel bad about that one. This is alright. Ooh, who have we lost here? Yordao. Ordao? Ordao? I'm not sure. A giant anteater. Only 1.8 years old. Farewell, buddy. Oof, lots of injuries. Didn't get a warning over here recently, but oh my god, why have I not been getting these warnings? Have I been missing them? I wish they would fall under this red space over here. Clearly, we are having some issues over here with regards to overcrowding. What is going on? Alright, let's see, you. Over to the trade center, let's go. And a giant anteater as well. Got 3. Well, I guess we're fine now. Nicolau. This would be inbreeding, I assume. It would be. Do we got a new female or a new male? I feel like we got a new male. Adriana is pretty old, though. Pretty old. Nicolau is young, but not the best. So I feel like, alright, fine. Adriana, because you're old, 17.4 years old. What are we looking at in terms of ability? Death. The genes are so much better, is the thing. Look at that. Look at the little diving platform they're using. I like it a lot. Alright, fine. Nicolau, we're going to go ahead and put you in the trade center. We're going to get a new male giant anteater and hope that Adriana is able to get us another lovely little giant anteater before she passes. Katarina over here, decent stats. Maybe we trade them both out and get a new male for Katarina when she comes of age. I feel like I'm talking about Crusader Kings. But, okay, so the sun seems to be setting right now. But I feel pretty good about how this has all come together. I mean, the waterfalls, definitely using a little barrier trick, which we'll have to work around, obviously, to cover up the glass pieces and whatnot a bit more. But I feel like that's feeling pretty good. This is feeling pretty good. The animals are getting visitors. I mean, I don't know how they feel about it. That was delicious. Excuse me? I'm kidding, obviously. Feel rested. Too hot. Okay, we got to cool things down a little bit over here. Having so much fun. I mean, it is pretty good that guests all the way out over there are happy, feeling rested, etc., etc. So that's promising. Look at how different the Australia section looks versus the... I love that it does look so different. I can't wait to bring this loop back in. Or rather, this loop back in. That's just terrain, technically. But anyways, folks, not terrain on anyone's parades, but this is where we're going to call it a session. Went actually on for a little bit longer than I'd expected, but I am, yes, quite happy with how this is coming together. Like I said, things are falling into place. That is not just there for the pun. I do genuinely believe so as well. It's all looking pretty good. And next session, I'm really excited for the time lapse that we'll be having as well. That will cover, again, my hope is to cover this entire section with the next time lapse, so that might include a new animal, but it will certainly include a lot of work and a lot of challenges for me that I haven't tackled before, so I'm very excited for it. I hope you all are as well. We did, I think, make some more trades, so let's take a quick look at what else we managed to trade out over here. Emma, our Pronghorn Antelope, and our Jaguar over here. Huishto Chihuatl? Oh man, this is not good. Shipio, Rosa Maria. Yeah, these are all we're familiar with. But otherwise, good stuff. Not a bad trade session. Not bad progress either. Just getting some stuff done over here and some management stuff here and there. The bins and all that kind of stuff too. So I'm feeling pretty good about today's session. I hope you all are as well. Money went from 260 to 243, did it not? Which is maybe a little... Wow. We did buy a lot of stuff. A couple of refunds here and there. We'll keep an eye on this. It's July. That's a pretty hefty deficit. We'll keep an eye on it. But folks, I hope you enjoyed this session. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel. What I do, how I go about doing it. Y'all know the drill by now. As always, as well, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big ol' thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time. Cheers.